Usually only if they're gay.
Anyway, he summoned Hole, and then created a hallway that we can like skip most of the fight Jen planned, and then we got directly to the we got directly to the horde, threw as much as we could, left like I think still like 30 grand of gold. Because we can
you
carry
left
it all.
way more than left way more than that. There's like 600,000 gold in there.
Jesus Christ! If only we can ignore coin weight. But after that, we got a bunch of stuff. We got a whole bunch of stuff. We got started with the magic items, then went to gold. We got 14,400 gold.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't spread that through the rest of the party though.
No,
because that was as much as the hole can hold. Ilfric's hole.
Ilfric's hole. Yeah.
Someone else has Karlak's hole. Or what's her name's hole?
Marless.
Classic. I was gonna say like I think that's just wishful thinking on your end.
No, we got Classic's hole. I swear we got Classic's hole.
No, you found a hole. God damn it! You found a hole. In like some random loot.
We still got two holes.
Yes, you have 2 holes. Fuck.
I'm gonna just say hole as much as I can.
Great. This is punishment for having wholesome things to share, isn't it?
I don't know, probably.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny. Anyway, we escaped pretty quickly, just as quickly as we entered. Then shit went down because I think we were trying to end the session, and then
Yeah.
I don't remember what started it because I didn't write it down. But we found out Schlepp was taking drugs.
It's because I'm blanking on Ethan's
It's because
character
metagaming
now.
mostly.
What was Ethan's character's name?
Clyde?
Clyde.
Yeah, Clyde snitched
Yeah.
on
Slip.
Sklep.
Clyde snitched on Schlepp.
Uh-huh.
And then we got into a Mexican standoff about what the fuck that means.
Yeah.
And then I wrote down to shoot Sklep or to not shoot Sklep. That is the question.
Yeah, and you all were very revealing about your own personal characters, because as the voice of God over here, I'm like, yes, I would like to enable this robot boy to have a soul and be a real boy and attain autonomy and free will, and y'all are like, nah, that's scary as shit.
Robot gaining humanity? No.
Robot gaining humanity, okay. Robot gaining humanity in hell.
So he's no better than any of you.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the thing. He needs to be better than all of us because he's the healer.
Because you all suck.
A quote from Akwensu: "So long as he refers to Raheem as master, we have no concern."
Raheem, though, like, honestly, I prefer he stop. But, you know.
But also, Sklep may have revealed that he's manipulating Raheem. I just wrote down Sklep manipulating Raheem, question mark.
Yeah, that also came up. Now I have things I need to think about that my 9 intelligence can definitely handle.
I think wisdom is how you found out manipulation, not intelligence.
Okay, then I have a shot.
Raheem is here for the daughter's soul. Raheem did tell Sklep immediately, if you have to choose between me and my daughter, save my daughter.
Yes.
Which came up totally organically and not because everyone heard me tell Schlepp this dream
And
out loud.
Oh. And then for some reason I wrote down she was super hot, so it was okay.
What?
That was a Quinsu's excuse for making a deal with the devil that he made a deal with.
Right. Correct.
And then also Julian's excuse for making the deal that he made with the devil.
And
Makes
then it
Just
just
parallels.
it just
Yeah.
descends into
Standoff.
drunken scrawl that I cannot read.
Yo,
Yeah. Okay.
Is that
Um,
about sum it up?
I believe so.
I think we
um,
were, while we were arguing, we were like sailing toward the next horde.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we ended the session just as we approached the horn.
You ended the session just as you approached approximately the end of the waterway to where you would find the horde. The mark that you have on the map does not have, as far as you can see, any direct connection to the waterway that you've been using. So it will require a bit of investigation, perhaps, to figure out how to get to the place.
right. It strikes me that we have spent quite a bit of time here. Perhaps after we have figured out this horde, we will finally have enough resources necessary to continue our delve into hell.
Maybe.
Perhaps. Maybe we should go to the jangling hill just in case.
I mean, didn't the Grink and I tell us to go there?
That's true.
I'm gonna point at Sklep. I'm still angry at you, but I'm cooled down for a moment because it feels like a week had just passed in a couple of seconds.
What I find to be odd is that there are no soul coins within the treasuries of these dragons.
That is a good point. What do you make of that, Asclepius?
I don't know. I imagine there are soul coins on the layers on this particular layer of hell, but I wonder who holds them.
Well, does anyone know exactly how a soul coin works? I mean, clearly I cannot hold one, but
So, I guess I should. A soul coin is literally a coin that holds a soul in it. Like that's it. It's used as currency because I imagine I think the demons eat the soul. I'm not 100% sure. I think they can, or they do whatever. But like, you could do other things with it. I can ask the soul up to 3 questions, and it'll answer with all its knowledge that it had in its life. The problem is I don't think it's going to be very helpful here in hell. Or I can drain the life within the soul and take 1d10 temporary HP. That'll destroy the soul inside, but it'll give me life. Problem
Souls
is
have
this takes.
functional use beyond just gold. You can power
But-
things with them.
Yeah, I could. You know my motorcycle? I could power my. It's got a coin slot in the side, like right where the engine start's supposed to be. You just instead of turning a key, you just drop a coin in there.
any idea who makes the soul coins, or can anyone do it?
Oh, wasn't it? Was it Dis? I believe Dis makes the soul coins, and then he just like has a bank in there, maybe.
Souls also make for great leverage and collateral, considering that people like you all come down here to great lengths of effort to take back your own or others.
Um, Soul coins are created by Mammon and his greater devils on Minaros, the third layer of the nine hells, in a vast chamber where captured souls of evil mortals are bound into the coins. These coins are then distributed. The infernal iron that they are made of is mined in Dis.
Mm.
I'll
Ah,
probably just
well,
roll an
perhaps.
Arcana check to see if I know that.
Picture this. Saving up to 10% when you bundle your home and auto insurance.
Yeah, you
Oh,
do know
natural
that,
20.
in fact.
Some
Yeah.
things just click.
That was not the voice of the DM. That was the voice of Sklep.
Get a quote today.
Yeah, that was
Actually, in fact, they
Schlep.
are manufactured here.
Here.
Articulately put, Asclepius. Thank you for sharing. My
In a-
curiosity is sated.
A swamp? Okay. Didn't see any manufactories or anything around here.
Well,
Man,
it's not in here. It's likely in his. This is the garbage dump of this layer of hell. Continue. Sclep.
Mammon is likely the wealthiest of the greater devils of the nine hells.
Mm-hmm.
His treasury much larger than that of Dis.
Well, it's a good thing we're not robbing him. We're robbing these two dragons.
For now.
For now.
For now, I think we have enough gold, right? Let's just get this. We'll keep moving down the nine hells.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Who's taking point?
I'll take
Yes,
one.
what you see in this area where you've pulled up, the deeper part of the swamp that you've been following does continue off to the east for a while. But according to the map that you have, that was in fact given to you by Tyax, which nobody has seemed to question the legitimacy of this map, given your new information about Tyax, but it's been accurate thus far. So it looks as though you are perhaps a few hours march through the swamp to where the layer is actually marked on the map. And I would like for somebody to roll me. You can roll Arcana or you can roll History to figure out what you know, how much you know about Styx dragons, to see if you know something that might help you.
Can give it a shot. I need to turn this candle.
Dragon's not considered an animal, so I guess animal handling's not going to help me here.
No.
Let's see. Did I study something about Styx dragons before I came down into the head?
I imagine that, like, knowledge about dragons, and particularly extraplanar dragons, is Arcana.
Yes. So what you know, I've got several things happening at once. So what you know, based on a 26, is that Styx dragons are aquatic by nature. And you remember seeing at Ilfric's lair, in fact, where there had been a tunnel of like a canal throughout that dipped down into caves and came back up, presumably for Classic to navigate. So it stands to reason that there is probably some sort of cave entrance into an underwater cave entrance, likely, into her lair.
Oh, shit. We're going to swim through the sticks, aren't we?
Perhaps.
Well, we're a couple hours away. Also, Sklep, I didn't get the last thing you said. You're muted.
I didn't say anything.
Alright.
You just heard Schlep think really loudly, what the fuck?
Does Sclep have any mouth bits?
Nope.
No?
It's just like literally a metal mask with like impressions of where features would be, but there's actually no features.
Mm,
No nose, no eyes, no mouth.
that's not
Hmm.
mannequin-like at all.
Let me see here. So you were saying that it might be a cave that is like an underwater cave?
Well,
Perhaps, yeah.
according to the map, it's right next to a lake. By the looks of it.
If we could find the cave itself, there might be a way that we can burrow into the cave without having to go through the water.
Well,
I
you're
don't know how to find the cave.
the transportation mage.
I'm sorry. Teleportation is not exactly transportation.
Aren't you moving from one
You're,
location to
you're
another?
a bus driver. You got your
Different.
Class D license.
I do not have to breathe air. If you need someone to investigate under the water, I may do so.
You're not getting near any pools of water.
Any particular reason why?
Because I don't trust them. Anyway,
You don't trust the
What do you
water, or you
propose?
don't trust
I don't trust the water. Hold on.
Yeah, none of you believe him.
Hold on, Scott might believe him.
Is your passive insight lower than 12?
It's 10.
Oh, yeah, I guess you believe him, maybe. You can roll an insight check, since things are likely still rather heated.
Sure.
You
Roll a 10.
you kind of believe it? You
There's-
believe him?
It's
But he
reasonable
doesn't- 'cause
to
he-
be suspect of the water.
Yeah. He did
I lo-
fall in and lose something.
I lost the fucking memories in that goddamn
Yeah,
water.
but you don't know that. Okay. So, do you intend to march towards the mark on the map? How would you like to approach the scavenger hunt?
Before we do that, I'm gonna put my where is it? There it is. I'm gonna put my movable rod in the guppy and press the button, and just like lay it down at the bottom and press the button, so that way it doesn't move. Because I just realized I had that and I haven't been using it this entire time.
This was
Okay.
And then Sharp Eye will start marching his way through the jungle. Yes. Follow me. I got a pretty high survival, so maybe we'll get through.
Okay. So we are going to, as you're marching through the swamp, this area of the swamp is, they call it the endless swamp for a reason. It feels a lot like the parts that you have already seen before. There don't appear to be as many like hazards in this particular area. Like you don't see any of those razor sharp teeth or any of the plaque that spread from the Grinkin eye. The geysers, there are a few in the general area, but they're a few hundred feet off from where you are and don't present any particular hazard to your safety at the moment. It is exceptionally slow going to slog through this swamp. And it will require a rather surefoot to make sure that you don't get stuck in any of this black soul-sucking mud. So, if Sharp Eye is leading the way, you all have the choice. You can roll individually, each of your survival rolls, or you can assist Sharp Eye and allow him to roll with advantage.
Let us assist Sharp Eye, that he is more qualified than the rest of us.
All right, I'm fine with that.
Okay, Sharp Eye, roll survival with advantage to see how.
Double 15s.
For a total of 23, which tracks, as Sharp Eye is a very stubborn bug, and they tried to help you, and you're like, "No, I got this."
I got.
All right.
You saw my room in the hut. It's literally a campsite.
Actually, I have not seen your room in the hut. Should I?
Maybe. So you managed to avoid any pitfalls that you can see. You travel for an hour or two until you feel like you are in approximately the place marked on the map. The only dangers that you see some infernal squirrels, and are beset by the same sort of miasma and excuse me, and sneezes from the sky. No, the same sort of miasma and hellish mosquitoes that infest most of this swamp. I'm describing Florida. It's gross. It's gross. There's just fewer Republicans in the swamp, in the hell swamp.
Now we're sure. I'm pretty sure we just killed 2 of them.
You think dragons are Republicans?
Who else?
I know.
would-
I guess they are billionaires. Yeah.
Would it be
fair.
chromatic dragons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
On the kitchen counter.
well, acrobatic. So you find yourself at the edge of a wide, scum-covered lake. The water here is deeper than any of the water you've encountered in the Styx thus far, even in the areas that you have been traversing with the guppy. If you go to the edge, you can look down and see if you can make an estimate of how deep the water goes, but it is very deep. The top of this lake is still, and a thick coat of algae covers the top of it undisturbed. There are no ripples of fish or leviathan beneath the surface of this lake. It is still and hot and deep.
Raheem, you also fell into the water.
That is correct.
Do you remember what it did to you?
I was fine for the most part. It felt very disgusting and weird, but I feel fine.
I don't really see anything. Like no entrance, which means it's in the lake.
Wait, do you think that it is in the lake, or the entrance you have to go through the lake?
I think the entrance is in the lake. Like not the cave itself. Like you ever seen a beaver make a dam? Make its hut?
Yeah, so you're saying we gotta like go under and pop out on the other side.
We may have to go under and pop out the other side, yeah, but like as long as one of us is connected and within 120 feet of me, I can still talk to you. But like 120 feet's my limit.
I have an idea.
Oh no.
Okay.
I mean, Aquinsu's got like one of the highest intelligence in the party.
Yeah, I ain't questioning it. What's the idea?
I could summon an elemental that can move through the earth, and they can locate the cave for us. Perhaps they might even be able to move the earth in such a way that it could create an entrance where we could go straight down into it instead of having to go through the water.
Goddamn, you're just like a Swiss Army wizard, aren't you?
Yeah, I've never met a
That is-
wizard that just picks up like spells and know how to use them decently besides like attacking and fireball, you know.
Yeah.
That is the
I want to be mad, except that I was warned that this is what he wanted to do.
so you summon things to solve your problems for you. That is why I'm with you.
Thank you.
Like,
Yeah.
which college did you go to?
It was a college. I've studied in a few different places. There's mentorships alongside the other DBA in. It's a long story.
This is like I got my immortality, so I got time. It's like maybe one of these days I'll become a wizard just for the hell of it.
Perhaps you can visit my village when all of this is done, assuming we are still alive.
Assuming we're still alive. Well, that sounds like a brilliant idea. Better than dropping one of us into the water and what happens.
Right? Well, what I can do, I will summon an earth elemental,
Okay.
and that is a 5th level spell slot. And then I will instruct it to search through the earth. The nice thing is that it has tremor sense, so that it might be able to find it relatively quickly.
Okay. Does your earth elemental have a name?
No, this is not a spirit. It is literally just the summon earth elemental spell. So it is just a generic earth elemental for now.
It's just a rock boy. Okay.
It's just a rock boy, this one.
Pebbles.
Unfortunately.
His name is Pebbles.
Yeah. You summon the earth elemental, and he is comically spherical. Have you ever seen like river rocks that have been rolled repeatedly in the river and seem like they must have been molded by human hands into spheres? That is his shape. And then he's got tiny little limbs sticking off of it. And river pebbles that are making up the basic idea of features. And he goes about trying to locate this cave. Roll me perception for the earth elemental with advantage.
All right, let's see here. It is I think for the earth elemental, it is a flat roll.
Okay.
We'll just
Oh, roll with advantage.
Okay. 1, 2.
Okay. He is much more. There's a lot of water in this earth, and it takes him a little while to figure it out because it echoes differently than it would were it drier and less spongy earth. But eventually, he burrows down a little bit, and you see like almost a series of gopher holes appear in the swamp as he tries different places, and then eventually he burrows down into the earth and doesn't immediately come up, and it's deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And then were your instructions to find the cave and come back up?
Yes.
Okay. He goes earth stride. I don't remember if that's what it's called. Earth glide. That's it. Down in there, and he's gone for several long minutes, and then pops up with his comically spherical self next to you. Think like a Weeble Wobble, kind of. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. And I'm fairly certain that earth elementals can only speak in elemental.
Yeah, I think that they have like a specific earth
Yes.
language.
Primordial,
Yes.
parentheses, earth, close parentheses.
Yeah. Well, I know the fire elemental is ignin. I don't remember what it is for earth. So
So there are basically
he's
verbal commands you use, but no action if you don't.
yeah. So you can give commands to him, but he can only speak in primordial. And so he says something that sounds like the sliding of two cinder blocks together, but sort of points one of his stubby little arms in the direction and just straight down.
I think that they have found it. Nod with what is assumed to be your head if you have found it.
Yeah, he does, and it's his entire rolly body almost does like a somersault. Nodding is not really a thing for earth elementals, but that he understands the concept. He's part of the union that gets summoned, you know, so he's like, okay, humanoid
Beautiful.
creatures like this.
Though it may take some time, would it be possible for you to burrow a hole down for us to get into this cave?
He does
After
what
I
looks
promise
like,
I will release you.
he does the earth elemental equivalent of a shrug, and sort of nods as he's calculating his union dues for doing this work, and goes to work, sort of scooping out the muck. Roll me another flat d20 with advantage. Let's see how long this takes.
Where is the... There we go. Up.
Okay. It takes him less time to dig the hole than it did for him to find the cave in the first place, because he's more confident of where it was. He's still deeply grossed out by how wet this earth is. Like deeply grossed out by it. So it's just like big plods of mud as he's like shoveling. It does take quite a while. He's milking those union dues, honestly, his union wages, because it takes him almost the entirety of the time that you've summoned him to do it. It is quite deep. When he finally emerges, he rolls out and does almost like a ta-da. You can look down the hole, and those of you with dark vision, which I think is everybody, no, except for Gleb, you can see the bottom. You can see a long hole. It's a long hole. He's probably dug 25 or 30 feet down into the earth before he made it through the top of the cave.
All right.
He
Thank
does
you
his
so
ta-da.
much.
Does little jazz hands with his pebbly fingers.
And as promised, he sort of snaps his fingers and releases the elemental.
He goes back to have a beer with his buddies.
What?
Complains about his day at
hell,
work.
Can you imagine?
Yes, I was just I still have hell swamp underneath my pebbles. Gross.
All right. Well, here is our impromptu hole into what I assume is the cave.
Let's go. Down we go.
Are you just jumping?
Oh, I got a rope. I gotta use it.
What are you tying it to?
This is a swamp, right? There's got to be like a
It
tree.
is a swamp. What kind of swamps have you been in?
Florida ones.
Like the
Um,
trees whose bases are like submerged.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
massive and got all the roots going everywhere.
Oh,
You mean
boy.
cypress?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a perception check to see if you can find a tree that I have not described in the vicinity of this lake that would be suitable enough for you to go down the hole. Okay. You find a tree that is likely to bear the weight of everyone in the party, including Schlep, who is, a giant fucking metal robot. But it is about 20 feet from the hole.
Oh, so I lose 20 feet of rope. This thing's only
You do.
got 50.
How
Yep.
long is... What? Can we see to the bottom? Yes.
You see where the hole that the earth elemental dug ends, and then you can see past that into what is a wide open space, but you cannot see floor. The presumably you're smart enough to logic out the idea that the floor of the cave is greater than 60 feet from where you are.
I see. Difficult. If I could see at the bottom, I could teleport us over there. But I cannot send us somewhere that I cannot see.
You can't conjuration like a magic
Familiar.
carpet or something?
Does nobody have another rope?
I got-
I conjure just a carpet that's shiny, and I throw it at him.
It's a beautifully patterned carpet. It gives the impression that it was expertly weaved.
Would this be considered as
and then
loot?
it just goes.
Oh. Just
Well, no, it just flops like a carpet into
Oh.
the mud.
Oh.
Mhm.
Never mind, I don't want it.
Raheem, I can't hear you if you're talking to us.
Yeah, you're
Nope.
silent, Brett. You're glowing green on the screen, but it's not. There's no audio coming through.
At Adobe Photoshop,
Oh, bye.
Oh,
life is full of
oh.
distractions. A
Yeah.
favorite clarinet solo? Distracting. A mustard stain on your
The wildness of emotions.
Can you hear me?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say. I was just gonna say Raheem just goes forward, just starts climbing down the rope, and then we'll just tie his own piece of rope and just continue.
Alright.
You're watching that go down, like, make a flying carpet, and you're just like, tie a knot. You can make me a survival check, or make me an appropriate check that you think would allow you to tie a knot. So survival, sleight of hand, whichever one.
We'll go survival. That makes the most
Okay.
sense. This
Right,
Yeah.
It's very Boy Scouts.
Ooh. I guess we'll see what happens.
That seems about right.
Oh dear.
Tie a knot. It's a knot. He kind of does bunny rabbit ears to tie the knot.
It works.
Yeah.
This feels
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it feels right. You go down, and then you flop it down the hole, and then you just start shimmying down.
Yeah.
Okay. Make me an athletics check.
Yeah, there it is. Do-do-do. I'm good at these.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You get down the hole, and the hole's not super big. It was made by a large creature. But if you break, like, you're able to, like, sort of stretch out, you're a pretty big orc fella. You can stretch out a little bit and get, like, your feet, and you start rappelling down. And there's a point at which the knot that you tied flips a little bit, and you tied like some lead in there, so it slips 3 or 4 feet, and you catch yourself. so you don't plummet. And the rope is still attached up where you tied your bunny rabbit ears. And you're able to make it down past the roof of the cave. And then once you are past the roof of the cave, you can look down into the opening, and I will move you all there. Only Rahim can see this currently. And you are in the air. Let me
Oh
put
my.
you down.
That's a lot of gold.
It is. You are suspended 60 feet above the ground right there. We are at the top of the cave.
But I get you said so I'm suspended 60 feet up.
Yeah, there's still more rope beneath you, but you, like, presumably you would pause once you got into the cave to look around.
Okay. I'll keep descending down until I run out.
Okay, you descend down, and let's see. Yeah, it ends maybe like, I'm not doing that math. It ends maybe like 10 feet,
Yeah, sure. Well,
slightly less.
if I get the sense of like, there's not too far
Yeah.
up, I'll drop down. Like it should be good.
Yeah, your little friends are like, you can make it. Bear in mind they have wings, but
I trust them. They can make it.
you can make it. Okay, you can
Shit,
make.
why?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got seeing eye devils in his head though.
It'll be fine.
They're like, no, I think you can do it. Wanda is just saying stuff in Celestial. God. All right. So you get down to the end of the rope and you brace yourself, like bend your knees, hop down. You may make me a. How do you release yourself, knowing that you cannot see what's below you? And going just off of what the devils have said, you're like, I feel that, like, there's solid ground below me. What do you do to mitigate what kind of impact you might have on the ground?
He goes to the very end where he's kind of like dangling, and then he's just like, okay, 1, 2, 3, and just like lets go, but like braces himself, like getting ready to, I don't know, maybe like go into like a roll to kind of, remediate the damage of his fall.
Okay, roll me an acrobatics check, please.
Okay. It's gonna be graceful as hell.
Yeah.
Acrobatics. Not bad.
Yeah, it's okay. It takes.
Sorry.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Well, I haven't done that yet. I just didn't know what's going on.
Spoilers.
Whoops. Just clicking buttons.
You roll. It's not super graceful, and you are not as young as you once were.
Yeah.
So you like smack your funny bone on the floor as you land, and you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. But you make it. Do you call back up to the rest of your party?
Yeah, I'll be like, hurry up and get down here.
Ooh,
All right.
mask off.
Sharp Eye is gonna like wrap the rope right around his like left boot, and do the what do you call the thing where you jump down backwards with
Repel?
Like, he repels down with the rope.
Okay.
Backflip?
I would also like you to. You may roll me. Yeah. Roll me acrobatics. Remind me how much. Oh. Okay. Cool. You are like, nah, I got this. You wrap the rope around your boot and you start sliding. And what you have forgotten is that everything in this place is soaking wet. And so what you have done is just tied a sodden rope around your boot. And rather than gliding, it knots you up. And you end up almost upside down in the hole. You sort of have to scramble with your small arms to get back on and like get the rope from around your boot.
Usually that works better.
Yeah, and once again, there's a sharp tug on the rope as it slides a little bit more from where Raheem has married the two ropes together. But you're able to make it down the rest of the way after you untangle yourself.
All right, I'll just once I'm within like 20 feet, I'll just drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just levitate. Sorry.
Yeah. I wasn't. I figured. You drop. You have slow fall, correct? Because monk.
Because monk.
Yeah.
25 points ignored.
Yeah. Raheem would be impressed, except he's blind, so he has no idea what you just did. So, like, you just showed off for nobody. Like the little guys, his tenants are like, I think the bug guy was trying to show off.
Nah, probably wasn't impressive in my
Is that a superhero landing?
Yeah, I think your landing was way better.
Yeah,
Just
thank you.
crack
Thank you.
when I come on my knees.
Yeah. It just sounds like a little bit of bubble wrap when you land, but you don't take any damage. Aquinsu, you levitate down. I went to the gym today without my headphones, and then I had to hear what my knees sound like when I do squats, and that's all I could think about.
Oh,
Snap, crackle, and pop.
Yeah, I sound like a roll of Rice Krispie treats. Yeah, you join them, and you see a massive pile of gold. I will continue describing it once everyone has arrived. Sklep, what would you like to do?
Sklep casts fly on himself.
Okay.
And will fly toward the river.
Okay.
Taking Sclap a long time.
I'm sure he's coming any second now.
Sclap!
Right. It echoes around the chamber.
You know, he could be up there searching for more of those pools of memory.
I swear to God.
Yeah, that's starting to get a little bit concerning now.
Yeah. How long do you... So, you can hold... Are you eating ice cream? Yes. Sorry, I got distracted. I was like, ice cream. So you all hold on while you are experiencing dread at what you think Schlep is doing. Schlep, you cast your fly on yourself and fly towards the river. What do you do?
Precisely. He will fly towards the river, and he has 1 hour of flight.
Mhm.
So he will head in the direction back toward Grink and I.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
he will recast as many times as necessary to reach his location.
Okay. An hour of fly speed, you can avoid all the things. You would need to cast fly 4 times to get there. But it would be a straight shot and much easier than your circuitous route via the Ugly Guppy. And you arrive back at the crater.
I can cast flight 3 times.
Okay.
So he might
Flight casting, yeah. Casting flight 3 times would get you very close. It would get you to the solid part of around the crater where you had seen with the arcane eye before, like the teeth of rock jutting up, and then it's probably like maybe another 2 hours on foot from there, since you know the direction that you're going now. If you do not have an alternate means.
Once he runs out of the means to fly, he will cast invisibility twice
Mhm.
to invisibly make his way on foot back to the crater.
Okay, yeah. Easy enough to do. You know the area, and as you get closer, that bit of orange plaque that the Grinkin eye put on your chest piece seems to warm up, and it almost feels like whatever sort of natural barriers to you almost move and allow you through. It's much easier this time to get there than it was the last time. And you slip down into the crater, and the Grinkin is like just chilling out. He's still in his little gnome outfit.
Mhm.
And he greets you with a smile. I wondered when you'd come back.
Sooner than
Didn't think it'd
expected.
be quite. I didn't think it'd be quite so soon either. And we'll drop that there. How long do you all wait for Schlep?
You said it took him how long to get there?
About 6 hours.
Okay, yeah, probably after like
5 minutes.
I'd say 10 minutes max for Raheem. Yeah.
It's just like at the end of 5 minutes, Sharp Eye turns to Raheem and I'm gonna shoot him the next time I see him.
He ain't coming back, is he?
Not
Ooh.
bad. All right, so it is the three of us in a big pile of gold.
Yeah, that's.
Do we
Oh,
chase
boy.
after Scrap, or do we allow him to do his thing while we collect the bounty here?
Well, I don't know where he would have gone. It'd be a lot of effort to try to chase him down if we don't know where he's going.
Yes, fair enough.
Boy.
I think it's now that Sharp Eye, or somewhere in that 5 minutes, Sharp Eye is just feels Sklep's consciousness just leave his persona,
Mhm.
his
The
mental.
group chat.
He
Yeah.
leaves the group chat and he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah,
There's
I'm
just
no
a
longer
notification. Yeah. Schlep is no longer in the group chat.
It was
Uh-huh.
just like he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill him. But we came here for a reason, so let's see what we got.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Let's handle this first, and then we'll figure that out later.
I swear to God, if there's like some sort of monster that's gonna try to kill us, and Sklep's not fucking here.
Don't worry, I can definitely heal. You know, just
Great.
sucks when I do it. You know.
Yeah, it does.
I have an
okay.
idea. I'm
What's
sorry.
your idea?
God.
Mm.
What is it that?
No. We already established, Quincy, you're the idea man. What's your idea?
Well, seeing as though Asclepius is gone, and we do
Yeah.
not know where he is or where he's going, and this is the last place that he knew that we were, well, perhaps we should stay here. I mean, it is a relatively remote situation. It seems as though only the Styx dragon was able to get here in the first place. I don't know what we would put all of this gold, but perhaps if I were to summon my magnificent mansion here, we can put all of the gold inside of it, and then take a long rest inside of the mansion and wait for Asclepius to come back. That is my idea.
God damn it, Quincy, why do you make sense?
Because I am a wizard.
And it also seems like you're like the most mentally sane person of the group.
That's
Well, I did not say that.
So far.
no, that's pretty accurate.
No, yeah, that's pretty accurate. You're like the only one who's, I'd say, is okay.
All right. So,
If that is
You
your way
are-
of calling me smart, you're welcome.
so you are faced with a massive pile of gold. There's items in there, magical items, non-magical items, works of art. How would you like to approach it?
Let's start with magical items. I want to gather those up and get as many as we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are more
Start
important than gold.
shifting through stuff like, is this a magical item? This feels like a magical item.
You see a 2 foot diameter black sphere just sitting in the middle of this hoard. Mm-hmm. 2 foot diameter black sphere.
The hell is that?
I ain't touching it.
What?
It's just sort of hovering in a almost columned by gold and works to art.
Oh, if it's hovering, I definitely not touching it.
Yeah, it's
What?
hovering.
What's the worst that could happen? If you touch
What, the worst is you can get sucked into it.
Mm-hmm.
it. Yeah, that would suck.
Is that a joke? Are you making a joke?
I'll feel out the direction, like, is it doing? It's just floating there, like
Menacingly.
menacing.
It is. It is. It's floating there menacingly, and as you get closer, you feel almost static raise the hair on your arms, on your tentacle arms. And the little dudes in your head, your tenants, are like, I don't like that thing. I don't like that thing at all. You're
Yeah. This does not bode well. Let's definitely operate around that thing.
Yeah. Aquinsu, you can see that it is contained within a magical field that crackles around it.
Interesting.
Almost looks like a Tesla coil with the like sparks.
Yes. It's hard to make heads or tails of. If I perhaps I had time to identify it, I could give us some more information. But
Mhm.
well, it seems as though it is contained for now. I don't know if I would try to put it in a pocket.
Yeah, I would not.
Do you know what it is?
Some sort of, perhaps a black hole. I don't know actually.
I mean, like, if it's a black hole, I mean,
What the fuck's a black
Take-
hole?
takes like a piece of coin, like gets ready to throw it at it.
No,
Like-
don't do that.
Okay.
Testing.
Just
testing.
wait for me to identify it later. We will search the place for all other kinds of things.
Yeah, let's find the other
Save that
stuff.
for last.
Okay.
Testing.
Okay.
Testing.
So you find 6,000 gold worth of miscellaneous gems and jewels. If any of you have any spell components that require gems and jewels of a specific value, you may pull those spell components from this. Otherwise, you can convert it to gold. But there's $6,000 of gems and jewels that could be used for spell components. Additionally, you find an eye patch that has a mock eye set in blue sapphire and moonstone. It's a flat disc of gold with like a mosaic of an eye in it, made of moonstone and sapphire. You find a golden music box, and when you open it, it plays a lullaby. But each of you hears the lullaby that your parent used to sing to you when you were little.
Oh no, what's a lullaby that fucking Eve would sing to her? Why did I do this to myself?
Rockabye Baby, probably. I'm just thinking of the oldest lullaby, right? Please stop crying.
Shut up, damn it.
Please stop crying, you little larvae. I don't know. But yes, you each hear a lullaby that your mom sang to you. Let's see. You find, oddly, only one potion. What is this? This potion is the bottle contains amber liquid. And suspended in this amber liquid is a scorpion's tail, an adder's fang, a dead spider, and a tiny heart no bigger than the size of your thumbnail that against all odds is still beating.
Didn't we already find one of these potions? Because Sharp Eye took this.
Wait, did we? I know we found a potion that had stuff in it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it had the
Okay. I got them mixed up then. Then you found a different potion. I couldn't remember. You find a potion. The liquid inside is crimson, and it regularly pulses with a dull light.
You know, usually the health potions are crimson, but they got like sparkly bits in them.
No, this is flashing like an old Christmas light.
Mm.
Rhythmically, though. Set amongst the jewels, you find a incandescent blue sphere about the size of a golf ball that thrums with magical energy, unlike the other jewels that it is set amongst. You also find a book. A spell book. It is bound in gold leaf with pages of silver.
This looks like it'd be most helpful to you, Quincy. You're muted, by the way.
It's a bougie spellbook. I'm looking for that.
It is a very bougie spell book. If you open it and leaf through it, the text inside appears to is written in a sort of deep brown.
What?
That brings to mind the color of dried blood.
Like, what language is deep brown?
No.
The ink itself is in deep brown. It is written in the language of all magic.
Interesting.
Can I, for myself, look for like firearm parts?
Sure.
Let's see if I can remember what I have on my person.
As you are digging through for firearm parts, you also find, you do find a second potion. It is very clearly lean. It's very clearly a potion of speed.
You get all this, Zach?
I am getting on this.
Beautiful.
And then there is also another set of plate armor. That is gleams rather grotesquely around a mostly liquefied and skeletonized body. Mushrooms and lichen and stuff have sprouted on the bones. And there's a gross puddle of discoloration beneath it. But clearly, because the armor has not been affected, this is magical armor of some kind. All right. So, as you catalog those items, there's also,
The big iron.
in addition to this, there's $500,000 or 500,000 gold in there. And oddly, a shelf. And on this shelf are, they look almost like liquor decanters. Leaded crystal bottles with stoppers. that each contain oddly familiar mirrored liquid inside them.
Oh no.
What?
What?
There's half a dozen,
What's wrong, Sharp Eye?
but these are like bourbon bottle sized.
Are these fucking liquor decanters of the fucking silver pools?
That seems like a logical idea. Yeah.
Huh. Huh.
Oh, if fucking Sklep stayed, he'd probably be all over those. And then one by one, Sharper's gonna shoot them.
Okay. Pew pew pew. It's very loud.
Just.
And on that wanton act of destruction, we're gonna shift our focus back. We're gonna go into the future. Yeah. So, what brings you to me? Back to me?
I came to you, Grinkenai, for two reasons. Number one, for the fact that you are the only other person here that I know and trust. And secondly, because when I'm with the group, I feel great guilt. And if I had a heart, it would be heavy.
Hmm.
I
Well, I see that you've
realized
picked up.
the true meaning of
What have you realized?
the true meaning of what you had said prior. That perhaps I could be so much more than what I was meant to be, to my benefit and to others. But as it turns out, my traveling party brought great discomfort in observing my development. And they fear my becoming. So,
Wow.
I have decided for once, not just through intellect alone, by my intuition, I think I know what I want. And I don't think that I have my companion's support in manifesting that. So I come to you. I would like to consult Cortiso.
Alright, I can arrange that.
Before I can face my companions, what they fear is change and the unknown.
Mortals do.
So for me to do what I must do, I think it is wise to complete my evolution prior to me seeing them again. And they may then decide if what I become is truly what they feared.
Well. And he smiles. And for a moment, you see his true form, monstrously large and beautiful, and both greater than the place that he is and made monstrous by the place that he has resided for who knows how long in this grin. And what will you do if, when you show them yourself, show them the you wish to be, and they're afraid of you?
Then perhaps I do not belong amongst mortals.
Then yes, I will help you. You wish to speak with the brain?
I do.
He holds out a hand, and the hand that he holds out to you is gnome-sized. Until you put your hand in his, and then it feels massive. And you have a moment when you flash back to one of the other memories that you've had of a father holding their child's hand. The size difference is that extreme. Even though looking at it, it doesn't look that way, but you feel your hand embraced by his. Are you ready?
I have no fear.
Then you're most of the way there already. And he casts a spell, and you both disappear from the crater. And presumably reappear in your desired destination. Okay, back in time to the cave.
I imagine by this time we got the magnificent mansion up, and then we're just like shoveling gold into it.
Yeah, I have conjured shovels and wheelbarrows and
Yeah,
however,
the bartender at Leoric's Dancing Dragon is flabbergasted at the fact that you were just shoveling mountains of gold into the dining room. Yeah.
And then while Raheem and I are doing probably hard labor, Aquensu, could you do your identify stuff? All
Yeah.
the stuff?
Absolutely.
Okay,
While
cool.
you do the hard labor, I will study.
Yes.
You can help like a little bit, but you know, I get it.
I can technically carry 2 shovels. And effectively use 2 shovels.
Empress does not help.
I know, yeah. Like, and there's a brief moment where I'm like getting ready to ask, I'm like, no.
Yeah, she grooms herself. She's found a rather large, like jeweled vase that's sort of round. She's batted it around a little bit.
For good measure, when I cast because I don't know how long the Sleepiest is going to take, when I cast the Magnificent Mansion spell, I use the extended spell to double it, so instead of 24 hours, it's 48 hours.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So which item do you start with?
I start with that weird black hole thing.
Cool. That is a sphere of annihilation.
Okay.
Whoa.
I don't know what that is.
This 2-foot diameter black sphere is a hole in the multiverse, hovering in space and stabilized by a magical field surrounding it. The sphere obliterates all matter it passes through, and all matter that passes through it. Artifacts are the exception. Unless an artifact is susceptible to damage from a sphere of annihilation, it passes through the sphere unscathed. Anything else that touches the sphere, but isn't wholly engulfed and obliterated by it, takes 4d10 force damage.
Holy shit.
Oh
The
boy.
sphere is stationary until someone controls it. If you are within 60 feet of an uncontrolled sphere, you can use an action to make an arcana check to see if you can control it.
Jesus fuck.
And if you can control it, you can move it with your mind. But the risk of failure is quite high. Yes. You also know that it is a really bad idea for the sphere to come in contact with a planar portal, such as the gate spell, or an extra-dimensional space, like a portable hole. Or say, a magnificent mansion, or a bag of holding.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't touch the sphere. Got it.
Don't touch the sphere.
Do I have any idea what the consequences of not being able to control it are?
Danger.
Whoa.
Pain.
Pain.
Possible annihilation.
All bad
Okay.
things. All very bad
We'll
things.
come back around to that one.
Okay.
You think if I shoot it, it'll start floating on the direction I shot it?
Why?
I think if you try to shoot it, it would just annihilate the bullet.
Right,
Yeah,
it'll just
why?
destroy the bullet before it even gets to it. That's a good point.
Just why?
Literally that, Raheem.
Because as gun, that's his only solution.
Raheem, yeah, my solution to fixing problems is gun.
Okay. What item do you identify next after that bombshell?
Wow. All right. There's an amber potion, and there is a flat golden disc, and there is
An eye patch.
Okay.
And armor.
Yes.
Armor.
Okay. So the potion, the potion that's not the potion of speed, is a potion of vitality.
Of what? I'm sorry.
Vitality.
Hmm.
If you drink this potion, it removes any exhaustion you are suffering and cures any disease or poison affecting you. For the next
That's
24
actually
hours,
super
you
helpful.
regain the maximum number of hit points for any hit die you spend.
Not bad. Not bad.
That is not bad, especially in this situation.
There is a spell. I don't know if I said that there was a spell scroll, but there is a spell scroll.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 7th level spell,
Oh.
and it is for Create Magin.
Create magic.
Mhm. The components you need is a vial of quicksilver worth 500 gold and a life-size human doll, both of which are in this hoard, which are consumed by the spell, and an intricate crystal rod worth at least 1,500 gold piece that is not consumed. That is not in the hoard. You would have to have that commissioned. Blah blah blah. At the end of the spell, you tap the doll with the rod and you transform it into a Magin, clothed in whatever the doll was wearing. You choose what kind it is, and when the Magin appears, your hit point maximum decreases by an amount equal to the Magin's challenge rating. Only a wish spell can undo this reduction. And any Magin you create with this spell obeys your commands and without question.
Interesting. It's a
So
very
it's like
costly
Majin
sort
spelled
of
Majin.
Magen.
Okay.
Oh.
Magin? Yeah.
Wow.
Majin?
Yeah,
Huh.
Magin, yeah.
I think Majin like Majin Buu.
That's what I was thinking.
There's my cat, David.
Yeah, so that's a spell scroll. The eye patch, the gold disc with the fake eye on it, it's just a really fancy ass eye patch.
All right.
So
Fancy ass eye patch.
Yep.
We'll keep that in case anybody uses that. How about the armor?
The armor is an armor of etherealness.
So we got an armor of invulnerability and an theory on this.
Yep.
All right, cool.
And then the blue stone, the size of a golf ball, size and shape of a golf ball, is an iron stone of insight. It increases your wisdom score by 2 by a maximum to 20.
Oh shit. That's probably a bad idea. Can I take that iron stone?
Yes. Why not?
Sure.
I mean, I got another iron stone that I'm going to immediately. Why is it that some items that I don't have some items in my inventory? Or like the
So
can
there
have
are
it.
3 different kinds of magin that you can create. You can create a demos magin. They are outfitted with armor and weaponry and relegated to the duties of guards and protectors. There's a Galvan magin, which is imbued with electric energy. They shock others with their touch and discharge bolts of lightning seemingly at will. And there is a Hypnos magin, and they are the most powerful. The Hypnos magin are granted telepathic and psychic powers, giving them the power to strike at the minds of others or command others with their thoughts.
Okay.
That's
Mhm.
fucking crazy.
That sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
Well, all right. And I suppose I should take a look at this spell book as well.
Yes, the spell book. This is the accounting and valuation of all things. I imagine that I will have to, if you choose to use this, I'm going to show this to players. Show to everyone. There you go. Now you should be able to see it. Probably. I shared it with you all.
This magic tome that functions as a spell book and an arcane focus. You have a +3 bonus to your spell attack and spell save DC. You get
What? Wait, hold on. Wait.
You get 1 major beneficial and 1 major detrimental property. One section of the book is dedicated to negotiating and valuing mortal souls. When the book is opened within 10 feet of a creature with a soul, that creature must make a DC 22 Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save.
The tome analyzes their greatest desire and calculates exactly what they would need to give up their soul. And it's displayed in the book.
What the heck?
Creatures that succeed on the saving throw simply show up as a question mark in the book's pages and are immune to further evaluations. When accounting and evaluation of all things is Mammon's tax, is used as a spell book, it maintains a unique ability to forcibly acquire souls. Any creature killed by the spells transcribed within this book has their soul ripped from their body and sent to Minaros. This process renders the subject immune to all forms of resurrection aside from true resurrection. In payment for their soul, Mammon drops equal gold to 20 times the CR level on their corpse.
If we're ever fixed on gold, yeah, we know.
Oh god, there's more.
Negotiation tactics. The tome is capable of providing some assistance to all negotiations, not just those made for souls. You gain a passive +5 to charisma persuasion checks made to barter. Additionally, as an action, you can surrender your consciousness to the tome, allowing it to take over. For 1 minute, the accounting and valuation of all things speaks for you, using a +12 persuasion skill and gaining advantage on your rolls. Using the book in this manner has a corrupting influence, and each use compels you to become increasingly greedy, vain, and evil, much like its original owner, Mammon. When the duration ends, if your alignment is non-evil, you suffer 6d6 necrotic damage. Um. Yeah, I'll tell. I have not decided what spells are in there. So
Okay.
if you intend on using it, I can tell you what souls are in there, and then the tome can be destroyed.
Just
Um,
wow.
the first option is asking Memon to do it, and you can just offer him, 999,000 or 99,999 gold pieces at midnight by opening the book and placing the gold inside.
You could just bribe Marin. Here, destroy your book. Accepts the offering, the gold
Um,
melts around the book, and the book vanishes.
Yes. Or you can take a pot of platinum valued at no less than one GP less than 100,000 to be melted enough to fully submerge the book. Once the platinum is prepared, dropping the tome into the molten solution melts the tome. The process completely destroys the tome as well as the platinum.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow. This is fucking crazy.
That's a lot.
Yep.
Crazy banana pants.
So, you gonna tune to this thing? Quincy?
That would be a terrible idea. What do you mean?
I don't even think Aquensu can open it with unless he wants to know how much his soul is worth. You'd also know how much Rahim's soul is worth.
How much? I mean, yeah. I'm curious now. Just why don't you attune to it and just figure out how much soul might is?
Let us come back to that one in the same way that we shall come back to the annihilating fucking sphere.
I think that's all of the magical items.
Did we go over the armor?
Yeah, we got
Oh,
the armor and armor and etherealness.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's an armor of etherealness.
And I already destroyed all the decanters of whatever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Surprised.
Well, crazy to look at this sphere of annihilation.
What would you like to do with it, Quincy?
Well, we're going to leave it here for now, but I want to find out what I could potentially do with it. I will think about this.
Can
It
you
would make for good.
turn it off? I think it's on right now.
I think that it is always on. Whoever created it did not intend for it to be turned off.
Makes sense.
That makes sense.
Just surprised she would have that.
We will keep it here. What I will do tomorrow is I will make a contingency for the sake of trying to tame the sphere of annihilation.
Wait,
So that I can try to avoid any negative consequences if I fail.
what happens if you throw the book in this sphere in annihilation?
It would probably annihilate it.
Makes sense.
No, Mammon would be happy about it, but
Roll an intelligence check.
maybe the sphere was made by man and so they're equal.
How the hell did the dragon get the sphere here?
They likely controlled it and moved it with their mind here.
You're like, well, I'm pretty sure this book is a very powerful magical artifact.
It's an artifact. It would just,
Yeah.
just bounce off.
Yeah. Yeah, it would just bounce off. Yeah. Nothing would happen. It is not an extra dimensional space, so it wouldn't explode. And it is an artifact, so it would not be destroyed.
I see.
Yes.
Well, that sounds like a problem to deal with at a later date. Are you guys done with all of the moving of gold?
Of
Start
course.
sweating.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, you're able to shovel. I mean, it takes a while, but you're able to shovel in as much gold as the bartender will allow you to get away with.
All right,
How
well, then I suppose we have earned ourselves some downtime while we wait for Asmodeus to return.
Did I find anything that was like firearm parts?
Roll me an investigation check. Yeah. You found what looks like some empty bullet casings. They appear to be made out of silver.
That doesn't help me.
Nope.
I might need to do some things. Well, we got downtime, you say?
I suppose so. Yes.
Yeah.
We can eat and drink and do all of the other things that we would normally do if we weren't in hell.
Are we just gonna leave the gold in just this dining room, I guess?
Well, you can move it into your rooms.
I mean, I'm not much of a dragon. I don't care for sleeping on or around gold.
Oh, so you're saying you don't want this?
I mean,
Yes, you do.
hold on, I haven't been doing my thing.
Mm-hmm.
How much room
Now
is
I'm
there
fine.
in your room? How much room is there in your room? I'm sure if you
I
stack
mean-
it very precisely.
I mean,
Y'all Scrooge McDuck your shit.
I just opened my door and my room is literally a frame in a wilderness.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So you go in, you can have a lovely dinner. The bartender may spit in your sandwich for shoveling all this gold into their place of work.
Fair.
The bartender
But we will
is
tip him very well.
yes, the bartender is a slight human man, dark complected, long curly hair, side of it shaved, very fuckboy. Quite handsome. And very pissy until you offer him a substantial tip. And then he is very effusive about his service.
Huh.
Yes.
How much gold do we get in there?
You could get all 500,000 if you want to spend a couple hours doing it.
Fuck yeah, would do.
We have time, yeah.
We've literally that we're just waiting for Asmodeus. Who
Okay.
I'm writing down a sticky note that says we have a 5,000,
we have
500,000 GP.
we never have to get money again. We have enough money forever.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
most likely.
Maybe. Okay.
For now.
So, is there anything else you would like to do before you retire for the evening?
Can I see if I can melt down this 9 live steer longsword and turn it into a 9 live stealer rifle?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Quincy,
Yes.
you're kind of good. You're kind of smart. Can I turn this sword into a rifle?
That might require a different kind of smart. You know, there was one person who we were with, perhaps more of the engineering type. Maybe they are smart enough to know how to turn one thing into another.
You're telling me
I
to
suggest
trust.
that you ask them.
We will see. I'll hold on to the sword then. And wait.
Well, you have to wait one way or another for them to get
Mhm.
back.
Thought I could use this time to make myself a rifle.
Swords are simple. They are just pieces of metal that are very sharp. But guns? We have no need for guns where I'm from.
That's fair. I didn't make
I'm not
firearms,
qualified.
but I didn't make firearms, but they were. Turns out they're kind of easy to learn how to make.
All right. Do you spend the full 48 hours in the mansion?
That's a good
Do we
question.
I
Do we
suppose we'll we'll just hang out until Asclepius. I don't know how long it will take for Asclepius to get back. So.
Well, we don't even know. Did he? I guess. I mean, I guess I'll bring up the actual. Did he just ditch us? Is he gone?
Is he gone?
Is this,
He didn't say anything. Yeah, it's just like. Huh.
at what point does Raheem say that though?
I would say like after like all said and done, like we finally moved the goal. Like there's like the acceptance of like, like he's gone. Then an hour goes by. It's like, oh shit, he's not coming back. And I think it's like he doesn't say anything until like after we like officially get the gold in to like make that comment of like, I have no idea where he went. What do we do?
Isn't he your friend? Isn't he your?
Is he?
Well, now I'm questioning that. I mean, I thought I knew him, but I mean, now I'm questioning. You know, he might have been. Now that I think about some of the conversations we had, it just seems a bit. It's questionable.
What kind of conversations?
I remember our conversation when it came to Clyde. I mean, what he's saying made sense at the time, but I'm just not reflecting on it. So I feel a bit played or just used. It was weird.
A note to Brad across the table. Sklep and Raheem have a pair of sending stones.
If I tried to attempt to call you, would you have picked up?
Yeah.
Oh. Flep, where are you?
Bear in mind, it won't work from within the Magnificent Mansion.
We can back up. Like before, you could be like, you could have a moment where you're like, oh shit. Hold on.
Come in and out of the Magnificent Mansion,
Yeah.
right?
You go out and you're like, hold on, I have to make a call. And you walk out of the Magnificent Mansion.
Yes, I walk out the Magnificent Mansion and I don't do reception. Flep, where are you at?
Yeah. I'm presuming the different layers of hell are all within the same dimension, so the stones still work, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You send the message out, and you hear a response. Ah, hello, Master. I was wondering when you would check in.
I forgot that I had the settings installed. I forget that regularly. Anyways, where are you at?
You hear the response. I like that this doesn't take spell slots, so we don't have to count them.
Yeah, I know.
You hear Sklep respond, I apologize for the unexpected departure, Master. I had to take the opportunity to leave for my well-being and safety when the opportunity presented itself, because people in the party can cast Counterspell.
Quentin, do you have counter? Out of curiosity, do you have Counterspell?
I do, but I don't have it prepared. Also, I'm definitely inside the mansion. I'm not sitting around in hell.
Okay, never.
You're buffing your nails in your room, shaving your head.
But before you went outside, I just wanted you to get an idea, a ballpark when he'd be back, so that I can.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I understand.
He will follow it up. Master, it is as I told you. Sharp Eye is a liability to the party. And Clyde, as well as others, are manipulating you into turning against me because they fear what I am. Those two are a threat to the party, and they are dangerous to you and myself.
Look, you know, as someone who's been there for me, when no one else was, I got your back. But I don't know. It's just I'm fine with you wanting to gain humanity, and maybe I should have done more to pay attention that you need to want to do that. I just wish you were a little bit more forthcoming instead of shooting yourself up with some memory water.
He responds, by saying, I can understand if that is what you would have desired. But I chose to withhold that information precisely because I knew that what happened on that boat not but a few hours ago would happen if that information was out. Master, I need you to understand, just as always, that I do not think or perceive the way you all do, and I implore you to trust my judgment. And he follows it up with another message. They claim that I am manipulating or influencing you, but that is clearly false, as the information I've shared with you has been legitimate warnings of risk and danger, and has had sound reasoning behind it. Not because I want to control you, but for your safety, as I was designed to do. They are pitting you against me because they fear my intellect and ability to see what they cannot. I see them for what they truly are, and they don't want you to know that.
Point of view, the Jedi are evil.
It's like it sounded like a very manipulative speech. Not gonna lie.
They are dangerous to you and I, and they don't want you to know that. And they fear that I'll expose them.
Can I make a general just insight check on what Slep is saying?
Yeah.
Insight? Okay.
He is being completely genuine with you. And he Schlep, I'll allow you to explain your feelings on the subject, but you feel he is being completely honest. All of his warnings have been made in earnest.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is like, objectively speaking, they are dangerous for these reasons. And it is objectively known that the, moral alignments of the party are not good.
Mm-hmm.
And he has expressed that, yes, we need their help, but we have to bear in mind that that they are still dangerous to us.
All right.
And
Understood.
the fact that Sklep is identifying them as a threat. Of course, they feel threatened by that.
All right, Slep. I'm gonna trust you, I guess. I won't question. I'm probably not too smart enough to understand all that you. I will admit you are very much smarter than me. When are you planning on? Are you planning on coming back? When, if you are?
There's no way for me to know for sure. But I realize, Master, that I cannot become who I was meant to be or discover my potential given the limitations and design flaws of this body. I will say that the next time you see me, I will have become a higher version of myself. The real me. But I understand that the party, including you, naturally given your design flaws, will not be able to sit comfortably and observe what is happening to me. So I will do so away from your perception.
I know I got like flaws. Like, okay. Oh, all right. All right. Slap. I'm gonna trust you on this one. You've definitely changed ever since we got here. Has it been for the better or for worse? Well, we'll surely find out soon enough. I'm going to trust you on this one, okay?
He takes a while to respond to that one. I appreciate you extending your trust on this. Hopefully I won't be long.
All right. We're in the same spot you left. We'll be here for the next X amount of hours when we put this up.
Feel free to progress as you see fit. The party is your protection now that I am gone. So it's best to be flexible to their interests, and I am certainly not one of them. Trust that I will be able to find you no matter where you are.
All right. Take care, Slav.
Be safe and farewell.
Hang up. Curious to see how this goes. I think after that conversation. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go for it.
No, I mean after the conversation, he'll just go back inside and he'll go straight to his room and he'll just wait out the time.
Okay.
The remainder of the time.
Sharpeye will be in the common room cleaning out his gun on the table, but he'll be like, "Wait, were you just talking to? Okay, all right, bye."
Raheem hears a rapping on his door. A knock.
I get up. What can I do you for?
As you go to the door, you open it, and there's nothing there.
Oh. Well. Pretty mess up to Ding Dong did. Shit. Okay. Close the door.
As you turn around, Quincy was in the room.
Surprise!
Teleportation.
You can just. Was that necessary?
Absolutely. Rahim, how are you doing?
Not gonna lie. It's been an interesting day.
Yes. It is interesting. I am able to summon my friends to come down here with me, and you came down here with a friend. In any case, I have a gift for you.
Okay.
Though I do not know if you would like it, but it is an opportunity. And he pulls out a vial. And the liquid within the vial is familiar to you. Think fast. And he throws the vial at Raheem.
Catch it.
Raheem is blind.
Just like feeling like
I
you
knew
like,
it.
whoa.
I knew it. You are not blind. So time.
Yes. No. No, yeah. I mean, are you taking this now too, or?
With taking it, it is just water. I don't know what you mean by taking it. It's not a drug, silly man. But
We've been kind of treating it like a drink, I guess, in reference.
it's not like it's lean. In any case, well, you know, as a wizard, well, that was what you call it, a wizard in the West Coast, whatever. Well, one finds themselves in a situation where they are often tempted by information, the new and the absurd and the interesting and the intriguing. So I think I can understand Asclepius' desire to learn more. In any case, that is a little sample of the pool water from somewhere in here. My little spider Ududo has gathered it for me. You may do with it what you will. You can keep it as a souvenir. You can break it on the floor like sharp eye. You are allowed to, well, you can give it to Asclepius as a kind of olive branch whenever he returns. Or you can use it yourself. Or none of the above. As a wizard, I am mostly just interested to see what it is that you do with it.
You're an interesting guy. I'm quite sure.
I think so too.
I think
In any case, go ahead.
I think when Slev comes back, he'll definitely be different. I don't know if he'll need any of this anymore. But I'll think about it.
Yes, it seems as though all of us will be changed by this experience one way or another.
I expected some change. It is hell after all.
I would ask if you've seen your arms, but that would be an insensitive question.
Is Guy ableist too?
Maybe.
It's a joke. Come on now.
Look, I can feel it, you know? It feels disgusting, but look, it's for the best.
I'm sure that you got used to it. Briefly, I had my eyes on stalks that were above my head. Very strange.
Very trippy stuff.
In any case, do it with it what you will. We will find out.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Rahim, or however, what time it is in hell. Well, just enjoy the match, and while we're in it, it's much better than this one.
True.
And he sort of walks over to the door and opens it and lets himself out.
Okay, so you're
Okay.
gonna like just leave naturally, but gonna tell him. Okay, you know what?
He Batmaned his way inside.
Yeah, Batman. You're not gonna at least Batman your way out. You're not gonna wait till I like turn around and like he's gone. Dang it, man. Raheem like sits with it for like an hour and then shit. I guess what's the whole fuss about this drug water? I'll pop it.
Okay. You are overtaken with a very familiar sensation. It is the rush of adrenaline, that chromy taste in your mouth before a battle. You are a chevalier, horseback, a shield, gleaming armor, following the banner of your liege lord into battle. The field beneath your horse's hooves is churned with mud and blood, and the bodies of your fallen comrades and enemies. It's a pitched battle, bloody and gruesome and grim. And you watch as the people that you shared a meal with die around you. And you kill people who shared a meal with their brothers in arms the night before. Your gleaming armor spattered, hot and wet, almost black with blood. The flanks of your white horse turned brown and speckled, mud up to his withers, blood across his heaving neck. And then the day draws to a close, and you've won. But it doesn't feel like victory. It doesn't feel like anything except bone-deep exhaustion and the grind of your joints and the soreness of the muscles of your back and shoulders. You dismount. You take the saddle off your horse and you brush the remains of this bloody battle from your steed. And the memory ends. And I will send you the effect via DM.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do
So,
I need to make any?
Nope.
Okay.
No saves. This one only lasts for a week.
Okay.
Yep. It
Oh,
is
boy.
just only a memory, not a trait.
Oh, lucky.
There are three different kinds of things you can experience: traits, emotions, and memories.
Okay. Guys, I want to fight Asmodeus within a week. Before the week is done, we have to get to the done level.
we just spend like 6 months in the ineffable trope and just speed around to Edmos.
We gotta do it in a week.
Boom, let's go.
Wait, hold on. I mean, like, I know, like, the end goal is to just fuck up Asmodeus at the end of this, but, like, you want to fight him now?
Like within a week, like, you know, like let's say today is like Monday. I want to beat him by Sunday. You know,
He's got someplace to be.
we can come back for everybody's stuff later.
What about your what about the soul you're looking for? What about that?
We'll pick her up on the way. We'll be real quick. We'll stop by the 8th level real quick.
Oh boy.
Surely there won't be anything there to distract us. I can easily just come bye, pick her up, and we can just go.
Yeah, you'll just roll up and honk the horn like you're picking her up from a sleepover.
Exactly.
Well, you know, if we find a way to weaponize the Spear of Annihilation, I think that it actually might be possible.
You want to kill a god with the no sphere?
Is that what we're
Perhaps.
calling it now?
I mean, none of us can touch it, so
Touche, yeah.
If we could condense it down into the size of a bullet, you might be able to shoot it from your gun.
oh my god.
I'm still
Can
working
we?
out the details. We have plenty of time until Asclepius comes back, I think.
Can I use the time to figure out if I can? The parts I need for a rifle aren't a whole lot. I need a chamber, a receiver, a trigger mechanism, a sight, and a safety.
If only you hadn't offended the person who makes shit.
If only.
If only. I would say roll me. What do you use to determine whether or not you can fix shit?
Rapid repair?
Yeah, roll me that. Yeah, you figure out how you can make it. It would be difficult, I think. It would be difficult, I think, to source all of the items based on like the hoards that you found. But probably if you were to venture into any of the major cities in the Hells, you could find the things that you need.
All right, I need to get to a city in order to find the parts I need.
Okay. Schlep. Schlep. You, the Grinkin Eye, easily teleports you back to Dis. Going backwards is easy, especially for an Empyrean. He takes you to this library of experiences. And Corteso, in all of his slimy glory, greets you warmly as a elder brain can. Oh. A strange means of conveyance that's brought you back. I'm not surprised to see you here once more. Do you wish to partake of the experiences?
Well, I would be more than happy to peruse your archives, Corteso. I asked Grinking Eye to return me to you because I have identified the flaws of my design and would like to augment myself to overcome those flaws and realize my true potential and manifest, present, and express who I really am outwardly, and have the freedom to explore myself as an individual. I am of great intellect, but I believe that these modifications may depend on a much greater intelligence as he unveils the schematics that he had been designing the nights prior. And he shows them just outwardly, assuming that the brain can perceive them.
Yeah.
He says, these are greater... The method of which these schematics are designed are greater than what most mortal men could produce.
I see.
But I think that consulting you would yield a much greater benefit.
Hmm. The Grinkin eye is sort of peering over your shoulder at the schematics.
There is none that I trust to be more intelligent than you, Cortiso. And I would like to counsel you on a design scheme and assistance in constructing it.
And
I do
given
not
the
have gold to
uproar,
offer.
he waves a tentacle. Gold is immaterial. I yearn, I covet experience. And I've never altered anyone before. Not in this way, not in a way other than that which is natural to me. And that is more altering them to suit my needs rather than to suit their own. And I find myself intrigued, especially that you've made such powerful enemies and such powerful friends, and that you want this badly enough that you would come back here after the uproar in which you left. I will help you. It will hurt to be unmade and remade again.
I do not fear pain.
Good. Excellent. You know, these changes, these modifications, augmentations, they will reach deeper than you think.
I understand and do not understand at the same time, and that is okay.
Well, I think that you no longer seek to be mortal, to join your companions in humanity, but to perhaps be more than that. Certainly more than you were designed for, and certainly more than they could have hoped to achieve in their tiny fleshy lifespans. I will help. I will help for the fun, for the novelty, for the audacity of it. And I will help on the singular condition that you, upon your journeys, collect for me the experience of others. Join in my library.
Consider it a deal.
Shall we begin?
Like a warlock pad? What the fuck?
As you agree to the deal, the Illithid that are acting as the librarians in this archive descend to you and begin. It feels like they're pulling you apart. Mm. And the Grinkin eye.
No anesthesia.
Yes.
No,
Work.
like sniff this, it'll put you to sleep.
No,
Nah,
the Grinkin
this
eye
is
watches.
ripping them apart.
Okay.
Freaking
He watches. And you feel a sense of anticipation, perhaps? These are creatures that live very long lives. And to see something new, novelty, that's worth almost anything. To experience something new. And they begin the process of helping you to become. You do notice that neither the illithid or the elder brain, as it uses its psionic abilities and to sort of direct and mold, they all avoid that little bit that the Grinkin eye left on you. None of them touch it. Very, very specifically, none of them do. Would it have been different if he wasn't in the room? Maybe, but maybe not. And thus begins your unmaking and remaking.
I think in the most unsettling way, perhaps. While he's convinced that he's screaming in pain throughout the ordeal, it's all internally within his mind palace, and he's unsettlingly silent throughout the operation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the people who are helping you, well, the creatures that are helping you, they're not off-put by this. But you know, deep in that secret part of yourself that is growing and changing and that motivated this becoming, that were any of your friends, even Master Rahim, to see you thus, they would be deeply and irrevocably disturbed by it. And you feel even more justified in your decision to leave them behind, to find yourself, to make yourself. It is an exhaustive process. And it will take time. But you all have plenty of time. It's hell after all, and none of you are mortal beings. The rest of the party, the 48 hours comes and goes, and as you exit the mansion, you find, waiting very impatiently outside the door, person. Well, a devil.
Everyone use
When you step out, you'll find sat amongst the piles of gold a devil. No wings, actually more of a human complexion, but horns nonetheless, dressed in fine silks, robes that you would find to be common amongst nobility on the material plane. he has clearly on his belt a bag of spellcasting components and a book. And he goes, you know, you really ought to be a little more careful with your rope tying skills, as you notice that perhaps on his way down the rope was undone and he fell on his ass.
Yes, there is a coil of untied rope next to him.
Oh, you must be the person that is filling the power vacuum. Do not worry, we will not be staying around for long. We have to go look for our friend.
Well, you are close. You're very close, and you're clever. I am interested in a power vacuum, but it's not here. You see, I come from Dis, and I heard of, we'll call it an accomplishment. The accomplishment you achieved prior to your departure from Dis to Minaros. I was intrigued and impressed, really. I find that it's not every day a group of mortals comes down to the Hells, traverses the river Styx, and creates power vacuums every which way they go. And I was curious coming down here to the third layer to see what kind of havoc you would have wreaked, and I have to say, the ineffable trove is rather quiet. I had no issue following you here. Whatever was troubling the pads here, or may have imposed an obstacle, certainly wasn't around to stop me in my pursuit of you. But anyway, I'll introduce myself before you shoot me. Points at the guns on the bug's hips.
One of his hands is on one.
It's like sharp eye.
I'm here to offer you a deal. Elias Wan's at your service.
Oh fuck no!
Elias?
Correct. Now, on my way here, I did notice that your robot friend flew away. But, no issue. Perhaps I may be of service in his stead. Now, are you in the business of soul coins by chance?
Possibly.
When you say business of, like, what do you mean, like distributing, hoarding?
As you may
Sharp Eye
know.
does hoard them.
Ah! Points at Sharp Eye. You see, soul coins are not easy to come by. And anybody who's anybody down here needs to possess soul coins. Otherwise, you're a nobody. You see, I come from Waterdeep.
Quincy just slump over. Oh.
I come from Waterdeep,
Yeah,
so I understand the fascination with gold and the concept of gold, but there is far more to currency than gold down here. In Dis, I have piles of gold. It's of no object or interest. I could throw it at any problem and make it go away on the material plane. But down here, there are things, treasures, objects of interest far more substantive and significant that only souls can procure. I understand that you're trying to get off this plane. I'm just assuming, since you're mortals, you want to go home. Is that correct?
I mean,
Eventually.
eventually.
Eventually?
Eventually, of course. You see, The thing is, getting into the soul coin market is difficult. There are beings that have lived and existed far longer than I have, who have already established themselves with market share and barriers to entry. I came to Dis. I've done well with contracts. I have plenty of gold. Gold is of no use to me at this point. Hoarding more of it just makes me a dragon. I want souls. However, I'm new around here, relatively speaking. And the only way to get into the souls market's full, you're going to have to take someone out of it to make space. And apparently, according to what happened to Orishida in Dis, you guys are good at doing that.
Are you hiring us? I mean, if this is Sharp Eye, like, visibly calms down and is just like hand off the pistol now and is like, oh, this is a business contract transaction. All right.
Oh, you're cool with this.
He unravels a scroll. I'd like to make a business deal with you indeed. Sign a contract, if you will, to just ensure that each party's end of the deal is upheld honorably. Here's what I'm proposing. There is a soul baron in the capital city of Minaros named Barbula. I have identified him as a wealthy enough individual to serve as a target, but also of those worth targeting, he is the most vulnerable.
What was his name?
Barb, as in like the word Barb. ULA.
Barbula. What? Like Barbarian and Dracula?
Sure. Now, understand. I understand. This is certainly not a walk in the park task, and it is worthy of considerable compensation. What is it that you're interested in? Soul coins, information, either one I can provide.
Group of like, are we sure we can trust this guy?
Oh, fuck no, he's a devil.
Okay,
Absolutely
we're
not.
on the
He's
same
the devil.
page. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. Yeah, he's a devil. So clearly, yeah.
Somebody roll me a history check, please.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, Raheem, you're like, I don't trust this guy. You should feel like I don't remember shit. I don't remember what I had for breakfast. Sharp Eye, you call upon your knowledge of the hells, having been in hell the longest, other than probably Elias here. It is really bad form for a citizen of Dis to break a contract. And given that he has offered a contract to mutual benefit, he intends to uphold his end of the bargain.
Have any of you heard of the story of when the devil went down to Georgia?
No.
No.
This could be our opportunity to win a golden fiddle.
I feel like we're still missing context here.
Oh, well, sorry.
It's like we
No,
said
I've
no.
yet to actually tell the story.
Yeah, like that doesn't do anything for us.
The devil went down to
The
Georgia.
golden goose
was
lays
looking for-
eggs. Just like,
Okay.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul steal. He challenged a kid to a fiddling contest. The kid beat him, which was weird because he was not only in the contest, he judged it. So, yeah.
Where is this Barbula located? Is it the Jingling Hitter, perhaps?
I wish it were in the Jangling Hitter. It's actually in Monaros, the sinking city.
Oh,
Oh, that means
Which
we gotta go
is-
backwards.
You would go backwards, and I promise I will compensate generously for it.
Can
Just
I?
know, I understand my position in this negotiation. There are no devils that I could convince to do this job. And you all are after things that are highly sought after that not just anybody can provide insight on or assistance. I am one of the few individuals who can.
Hmm.
well, it seems as though we have plenty of interesting weapons and gear and armor that we can use to continue our descent. And we have all of the gold that we could ever need. I suppose the only thing that we still do not have in plentiful supply are these soul coins. Maybe while we are here putzing around, it would be worthwhile covering our bases. Listen to
Also, I don't know if
find us
Sharpeye
here.
needs to roll his greed check when he says soul coins.
If he has,
I mean,
yeah.
I got a fuck ton of treasure. Read check.
Yeah. Yeah. Roll wisdom. A wisdom save. Yeah, you don't feel any more compelled than normal.
All right. Well, we do probably need solutions. We're down to about 40.
Shopper, I will say that on the trajectory, it seems as though your soul would be the next one that we were going to find. So I am happy to leave the decision up to you. If we stay here longer, we delay this process. But if we move forward, then, well, it will be to your benefit.
It would.
So,
Can I at least see the contract you want us to sign? You know,
Of course.
read the fine print and all that.
Take as long as you need, as he just hovers the paper across the room to you.
Unfolds it and it probably goes and just keeps rolling.
You said you were offering soul coins, but also like information. What kind of information? Because Raheem is just like feeling up the scroll to read it
Well, you
in braille.
see, each of the layers of hell have different factions, different individuals in power. There are items of interest and significance scattered around the hells, and perhaps only those in the know can speak to them. All of the above are on the table. When you read the scroll, by the way, it's it states like essentially clauses of uh, the deal is upheld and completed upon the elimination of Barbula and all those who stand to serve as obstructions to that. You have to serve the interests of the agreement and basically cross him.
Probably.
There it is it is claused that in order to like the agreement is binding and you cannot abandon it, leave it incompleted, or sabotage it without an amendment or agreement from both sides to do so.
And
You in that whatever is in your power, you are to assist and protect Elias throughout the completion of this task. So, like, you can't just be like, in the middle of combat, like, fuck him. So, protect him as he is your client.
it all seems standard, I guess.
The compensation would be a percentage of soul coins procured by completing this mission. And any information that he can provide or that can be obtained by eliminating Barbula.
No, is it just one contract that we're all gonna, or do we each get like our own contract?
It's got three lines here,
All right.
and our names printed next to them.
You got any information on Valerio of Malboja? Did I pronounce that right? Malboja? That's the 8th layer, right?
The 8th layer of hell is
Oh.
Kanaya.
Kanaya. Sorry, my
Yeah.
bad. Kanaya. Do you have any? You have information on the 8th layer Kanaya, right?
Of course, I have information on Kanaya, and anything that I don't have, I assure you Barbula will.
I signed it.
Well, not quite ready to break up the band, so if Rahim is signing it, then I suppose we're all in.
All right.
He signs it.
You know how to sign these, right? They don't take ink. They take blood.
He
Sure, if I
hands each
stab
of you
the
a
ink.
bloodletting pen. Don't
If
be
I will
shy.
take it, stab his hand. Yeah, that like glowing green blood, that is Sharp Eye's blood, and he just signs it.
Y'all didn't know he was a glow stick on the inside?
It's kind of it's radioactive. Just sort of like pricks a finger like a diabetes, poke. Just enough for a drop.
Yeah, Raheem just kind of just stabs and then just scribbles it out.
Yeah. one of your little devil companions you feel it like scurry down your hand. And like and puts your hand on the line correctly.
What the hell?
He will,
I'm
as the
helping.
final signer, he pricks himself, scrawls in blood, and then magically rolls up the scroll and it poofs. And the spell binding of the contract takes place.
Mhm. You
Visible.
all receive carbon copies in your bags. You can't get rid of them no matter how hard you try to dump it out of your bag.
It's a quest item.
Yeah.
It says, so I hear I couldn't help but overhear that maybe you're looking for your souls? Someone else's souls? If you're searching for souls, the answers you're seeking likely can be found in Monaros. For those of you who aren't aware, the primary market is the future of souls in trading, and then the secondary market below that is the trading of souls themselves. I guarantee you, odds are likely that if your soul has changed hands, it's been through Monaros and it's in someone's ledger.
Well, it sounds like our next destination's Monaros.
It is the central exchange of all soul trade hub.
It's Wall Street.
Soul Wall Street.
Yeah,
You
Soul
come to
Wall
the right
Street.
layer.
Yeah.
Hell's
Alright.
Wall Street
Purpose or
just looks exactly like Earth's Wall Street.
Yeah. It's identical.
Except it's just like a bunch of imps running around going crazy on the stock exchange.
But they all have on ties. All of them. Yes. So, with a new friend, italics, asterisk client, with a new client, and new contracts, and a new quest ahead, and the lingering concern for some of you about what Asclepius is up to. Tune in next week. Because I'm really tired. Also, next week is Thanksgiving. Is anybody going to be not available the Tuesday before Thanksgiving?
I may not be.
Okay. Yeah. Just let us know.
I should be good.
Okay. I will be available
I will be
next
available.
Tuesday.
I fly out
okie
Wednesday
dokie.
night, but Tuesday night I'm available.
Okay. Dope. Yes. Thank you all for playing. In some cases, as two different people.
Excellent.
I'm real eepy. I'm very sleepy.
Fair
So
enough. All right.
I'm gonna go do that.
All right. Have fun, everyone. I
All
gotta
right.
go run a BK.
Thanks for being. Yeah. Oh, well, have fun.
Oh, have fun.
Yeah. Thanks for being flexible and doing a different night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Yay.
problem.
Good night.
See ya.
All right.